Welcome back to Sad People Reviewing Anime. Today we're reviewing anime. I'm Dr. Millennium.
And I'm Dick Valentine. And we are going to review anime. And unfortunately, it's a very sad day because we're reviewing possibly the shittiest anime I've seen in years.
Years, huh?
So Doctor.
You just watched Baki the other month.
Oh.
So, alright.
Oh, that's a separate video for a separate controversy.
Yeah.
We'll do a wrap up on that.
Maybe, if I can possibly force myself to watch it. Anyway.
But Goblin-Slayer.
Goblin-Slayer.
Would you like to take the reins on this, or?
Sure.
Okay, go. I want you to introduce this.
Alright, so we'll introduce the concept. It's the typical, you've seen 100 other anime shows that start out this way. You know, the Adventurers Guild, it's a giant MMO-style world.
RPG, same fucking shit, but continue.
And you watch, the protagonist character go through and learn about the world. Come out on top, whatever they're trying to do. It varies based on, where the plot goes from there. But you've seen this plot before. You've seen the premise before. So our specific plot follows, a total noob adventurer who meets up with this guy who's fairly high-ranking, but he spends all of his time on this, vengeful warpath against low-level monsters. So you see all these rookie adventurers saying, oh, we're going to go kill goblins. It's going to be a fun day. And this dude just goes in and fucking manhandles them.
So, for the first episode. We'll break this down. We're also introduced to the priestess.
Yeah, that's the noob character.
Yeah, the noob character so the priestess comes in. You introduced it in a way where it really doesn't show the shittiness of the fucking plot. So this is the wrap up. This is the Dick Valentine's version.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Give you a version of events.
So the Dick Valentine version is this: we got a priestess here who's your typical fragile fucking girl, typical anime fucking character that they just make her fragile and weak. Oh my god, I want to go on an adventure! I'm so excited! And they're like, wow, some girls got fucking kidnapped and they're in a cave and there's the goblins and.
Typical adventure story setup.
Typical fucking adventure.
Very lighthearted, very fun. Typical anime shit.
Typical anime shit.
Okay.
No problem with it. If this is supposed to be a generic-based thing to fill up a gap for people so they can watch something when they're a little bored, I'm fine with that. I had no beef.
Okay.
This is where the beef comes in. So she comes in, she says, oh my god, I'm gonna run my group of girls, we're gonna go in this cave, and we're just gonna, and I forgot the guy who was clearly obsessive on the slaying of the fucking monsters and shit like that. You know what I'm talking about? The guy that they brought with?
There's 5 people. There's 4 people in the party. There's the warrior, the wizard, the fighter, and the priestess.
Yes. So the warrior, so he's pretty much coming in, and, they're coming in, they're like, oh, we're hot shit, fucking.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the horde comes in, which is the big fucking group, comes in, starts fucking killing them, slaying them. And then I'm just thinking to myself, This is fucking.
Oh, so you don't get subtlety.
No. It's like it has really nothing to do with subtlety. I think the problem that I fucking had, and I broke this down into basically 4 categories.
Break it down.
So my thing is this, and I got my notes here ready to go, where the show presents itself as edgy, which there's nothing wrong with it, right? But my problem is it shows itself to be edgy with no substance.
Here's where you're wrong.
Absolute no substance.
No, because here's the thing. Here's where you're wrong.
All right, go for it.
So they start out very lighthearted. The substance is, the rug gets pulled out from under you. The tablecloth gets swept away and the dishes are still standing. You're going, what the fuck just happened? Mm-hmm. You're going, oh, this is a lighthearted adventure romp. This is the same thing I'm used to. Holy shit, they're all dead. Mm-hmm. And, brutally dead. We'll get more into the rape later. But there's some, it's fucking brutal. Personally, we'll talk about the specifics of that scene a little bit later.
On a separate, we'll have that on a separate video.
But it's done so brutally and so dark to get you into the world. Mm-hmm. It's like when there's a really, really serious intro to a movie, and then all of a sudden they crack a joke and the whole tone changes. It's that amazing, it's a really good tonal shift. Now, is it overdone? Yes, but there's a reason for that, and we'll get into that on our next video.
Now, you say that right there is the substance to it. I think that's just randomly throwing things in a plot and praying and chucking it up like a Hail Mary for a football. And it's like, oh my God, I hope somebody catches this fucking thing. I hope the audience catches the idea that we're trying to come across. Because there's no idea.
Yes, it is.
It's just the
It's
substance.
a revenge story.
You say
it's a revenge story. Half of animes are revenge stories. They're either quests or revenge stories. It
and the
subverts that.
problem also with the main fucking. So now here comes the Goblin Slayer, right?
Yeah.
Oh, badass guy. Doesn't say anything, right?
Yes, he does.
No.
He
In the
talks to
beginning, when he came in for his intro, he came in like, I'm the badass.
Literally, the first thing he says is, "What spells can you cast? Take this potion."
That's not fucking. No.
He talks.
No,
You're talking like he's some silent protagonist.
Dude, he's pretty. Like
Oh
they
my
had
God.
one fucking line. Oh, we're gonna throw one line with it. He's gonna over here like this. Yes, I'm gonna be fucking badass. I'm covered in my fucking armor. Here we go, ready to go. Fucking slays the whole fucking thing. Typical fucking intro to guess what? No.
He kills one goblin.
Typical fucking intro, right? To showing the biggest badass character that's fucking coming through there, the Goblin fucking Slayer for his intro. We're gonna stroke his fucking dick. And it's the same thing like Crit from Sword Art Online. Same fucking thing.
Let me explain to you why you're wrong on this point.
Let me
explain
no.
why you're
And I'm
wrong.
gonna say this. And I'm gonna finish this. It's the same fucking thing, except you know what the difference is? We're just gonna randomly throw blood and everyone's gonna die because that's gonna be different. We're gonna be so different. No,
All right,
you're not
so
different.
you're missing the substance, which is
Oh my
it's a
God.
revenge story and there's an abrupt tonal shift.
If that's substance,
You're
okay.
missing the main character's point, which is
I'm just gonna smash rocks on top of a head.
he's
It's fucking true.
he's got so he's a higher level adventurer.
Mm-hmm.
He should be able to clear you gotta look at this as though it's a video game.
Yeah.
These guys are on a level 1 quest and here comes like a level 30 character. Of course he's gonna smoke these goblins, but it does it differently. It absolutely, like, one of my first thoughts was, oh my God, this is great. This is nothing like that. Because I thought the same thing. I was like, oh, this is going to be some Sword Art Online shit where he's going to bust through and kill everybody and then walk out like it was no big deal. Not what happens. He kills a couple goblins, retreats, comes up with a plan, attacks again, retreats. Like guerrilla warfare until he gets the whole group down. Realistically, in the mythos of the show, he should be able to just run through and decapitate everybody. Ah, fuck you, you're gonna die. But
then again,
he doesn't. They show restraint.
Okay, they show restraints. But then again, he's in a level fucking 1 adventure. So he should have been able to clear that whole fucking
But
thing.
you just bitched because he wasn't.
He's
No, that's
But what I'm saying
would happen in Sword Art Online.
What I'm saying
that would happen in Sword Art Online.
I know
is
what
he would go
happened.
through
I
and
know
kill
what
everyone.
happened, and he should have just done that because you know what this was. This was like, oh, I'm just gonna be dragging. I'm gonna pretend.
So you're bitching because it's not fan wanky enough.
No, it's not. It has nothing to do with fan wanking enough. It's the fact of the matter is, if you're gonna come in and swing your dick, have your fucking balls out too. That's all I'm fucking
He
saying.
came in and killed 3 guys.
He
It's
came
not
in. Oh, I'm gonna go back. Go in.
Yes.
It's like little chat, and it's like literally like.
It's actual strategy, which you don't see in anime
and
ever.
my thing is this.
Even Baki doesn't have actual strategy in their fights.
Well, you want to? Oh, yes, they do.
No, they don't.
You want to know something?
Random
they
bullshit.
Have at least
they have
there'll be
ass pulls and
5. There'll
Deus
be
Ex
5.
Machina.
No, we don't want to go on a tangent.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll
Because
argue
you
with that on a
lose
different
that
day.
shit, too.
No, we'll go on a different day and argue with that. The fact of the matter is this: they should have never introduced this Goblin Slayer in this intro of this fucking show.
So you
they
think what they
should have never
done,
introduced him.
You think what they should have done is had him go in and just massacre all the goblins?
No, I don't think they should have mastered. I don't think they should have
Just
shown.
like a
No. I don't think they should have introduced him at all in the beginning.
Why not?
Because it just kills the fucking plot. It's basically like we're gonna throw a random ass character who should kill these fucking goblins. He's a level fucking whatever the fuck he is. He should fucking kill these fucking monsters, throw them away like a bunch of rag dolls, and then just fucking.
They explain why he can't. They explain it. They say every time you let a goblin live, it adapts and it learns, so he's doing things intentionally. They explain this. It's all self-contained in the plot. You're just not paying attention.
No,
I'm
this
sure
is some of the shit.
You had this in one tab and Pornhub in another tab, and you weren't paying attention.
Of course, I had Pornhub
I'm
tab.
sure.
That is so. You know what? The fucking shitty ass porn that I
You
thought
weren't
was
paying
shit
attention.
was actually good after watching this. Because I'm like, damn. You know what? At least the graphics here are a little bit more consistent. Oh, let me speak to you about fucking graphics.
Go ahead.
Point number fucking 2.
No, point number 3, I think.
No,
'cause
no,
I've already disbanded your first.
No.
two points.
Well, I mean that's called disbanding. I mean, well, disband this then, if I may ask. The fucking graphics. What do you think about the graphics?
I think the CGI technology is not there for any anime, but this does the best job of it that I've seen yet.
Okay, all right, that's fine. That's your opinion on that,
That's
right?
my opinion.
Now, can I go? Can I
By
say
all
my piece?
means.
I think this is probably the shittiest fucking CGI I've seen in a long ass
They
time.
use it for
and
weapons.
Let
They
me
don't
explain.
use it for character
That
motion.
makes absolutely no fucking sense.
Why doesn't it? It's terrible for character movement. If
No,
you're
no.
having a static
No, no,
object,
no.
that's the best way to use it.
This is my thing. They should have absolutely got rid of the CGI because this is what they did. We're gonna put CGI on the armor of
Yes.
Goblin Slayer, right? And everything else is not going to be CGI.
Correct.
And some of the scenes look fucking botched and weird.
They didn't look any worse than any other show.
They did. They absolutely
They looked no
did.
worse than
They
any
did.
other
And you
show
know what,
that's out there right now. And you know what?
Berserk?
Go ahead.
I was like, damn, dude, this is fucking CGI. God damn, I don't think this can get any fucking worse.
So you can't use
So,
CGI.
yeah, you're a
You
little
can't
bit
use CGI for people, but you can use it for objects and items. That's what they did. It worked. It's a static. It's something that doesn't change. Facial expressions that change, it looks fucked up and wrong. Like it looks weird. You can use CGI on a weapon and make it look good.
Listen.
And that's what they did.
They did not. They did not.
Okay.
This is what they did. They were literally like, oh, we got $100 for this budget for this film, and you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna dump 90% of our fucking budget into his fucking armor this season. Oh, we're gonna do this, baby. We're gonna fucking just dump that shit in there. The weapons we're gonna dump, and everything else is gonna look like hand-drawn red characters because that doesn't look fucking weird.
You know
CGI
you're wrong.
graphics. No, explain that.
So okay.
I'm gonna put CGI.
So let's
I'm
do
gonna put
this.
CGI
Let's
in
do this.
armor and swords,
Let's
but
do
I'm not
this.
gonna put
Okay,
in the rest of it. That looks fucking weird.
I'll grant you this. How about
Okay.
this? So you don't understand tonal shift. I get that. So your first point, you're just never gonna understand what this show is trying to do.
Look, I'm
You
just
don't
saying this
understand
from the basics.
restraint. Because of course the first character can't
Yeah.
come through. Oh, he did
It's not-
guerrilla warfare.
it's not like-
instead of just charging through.
I never said that. I never said that. I said he shouldn't be introduced to begin with.
Okay, well that's stupid because he's the titular character.
Well, you know what? They could have fucking introduced him later on in 7 to 10 episodes. That would have been a lot better.
He's the point of the story.
No.
He's the goblin-slayer. That's the title. That's like, oh, they should have waited and introduced
I'm just letting
Naruto
you know.
after
I'm
the
just-
tuning exam.
I'm just letting you know.
Oh, please? Yeah, they should have introduced the main character.
Whoa, time
after the
out.
first
You
arc.
brought those 2 fucking episodes up. What do they all have in common? They're complete fucking utter shit just like this. I know
Okay,
you set
I'm
yourself
sorry.
up.
So
You really set yourself up. for that
Every
one.
show, the main character is introduced almost within the first 2 chapters.
The main character, for basics of most animes,
Yes.
show that the character develops in strength.
Yes.
Now with this weird fucking trend in Sword Art Online, I don't know if it started it or what fucking anime started it. They're just fucking throwing in characters, super OP, saying they're gonna fucking be
The thing
introduced
is,
in the
he's
beginning.
not super OP, and they explain that
In
in the
the
show.
begin-
If you paid attention
in
to
the
the show,
beginning-
he's silver ranked, which is like rank 7 of 10.
Yes.
He's not the highest rank.
And for For
But-
that mission. No, hold up.
Yes,
For that mission.
he was overpowered.
He was
but that's
fucking
his
overpowered.
gimmick. That's his gimmick.
And it's the same fucking gimmick like Crit. So my thing is this.
Like
in order-
what? What the fuck are you even talking about at this point?
No, what I'm saying is his gimmick is basically like, we're gonna, for the intro of the show, like the way they had Sword Art Online, we're gonna throw in a random ass OP from the intro. We're gonna fucking do this.
He
throw this
wasn't
mo-
OP from the intro. He leveled up quickly because he cheated.
Oh my god, dude.
Did you watch Sword Art Online or Goblin-Slayer?
Dude. No,
So,
no.
aside from that-
Stop. And the main thing is this. They should have, this is what would have been better if they would have introduced this. They should have introduced Goblin-Slayer a few episodes down. So like maybe episode 5, 6, or
That's
7.
retarded. because
No,
it's a
I'm
show
not. Let me
about
finish.
him.
Let me finish because your points are so fucking
It's a
shitty
show
at this
about
point.
him.
No, it's a show about him.
What
but
show?
it
Name
would-
one show where the main character wasn't introduced in the first 2 episodes. Name one.
in the first 2 episodes.
Any show.
There's a ton of fucking
Name
show-
one.
No.
Name one.
There's
Name one.
fucking
Name any.
Whoa, time out.
Name any show.
Time out. Can you shut up?
Exactly,
Listen,
'cause there
listen,
isn't one.
Listen, time out. No, I have to go through a list and fucking go through that and sift through this. But let me explain to you this. As far as RPGs
This is
goes,
such a necessary thing.
listen, I didn't
Obviously,
say it's
been done
necessary. I
before.
just said, in my personal opinion, it would make it slightly better.
No, it wouldn't.
It
Because
would.
there's no reason to introduce the main
It's-
character
this
5
is-
episodes into a
Whoa,
12
whoa,
to
whoa,
24
whoa, whoa.
episode series.
This is my thing. With the priestess, I am fucking disappointed with the character development. You know what RPG shows like this need? They need a badass female character. They don't have it. They don't. They should.
There are
the
3
priestess
characters right now.
There's the fucking priestess. Should not be this little. See, oh my god! I'm weak. You looking at her as her character, you're just like, fuck. She's she's
want
gonna
her
get
to
wrecked.
develop- You want her to develop into a whole new person in 2 episodes.
No.
She starts out.
think in the beginning she should have been like perfect example. Black Lagoon, Ren.
Okay.
That type of fucking
Yes,
personality.
she's someone who's been in that business for years. She's developed that personality as a way to counter all the shit she's had to do.
So why couldn't
this
they-
priestess
She
is a
should've-
brand new adventurer who has no idea what she's
She
getting into and
should've-
she's over her head.
she-
That's her character.
Oh, it's the same fucking plot as Sword Art Online.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. It's
Holy
the same
shit.
fucking RPG.
You're retarded.
This makes no sense.
No, it's not the
You're
same
not
as Sword
making
Art
any
Online.
sense right
Sword
now.
Art Online
Sword Art
starts out-
Online. Every fucking RPG animes, which is why every RPG
I'll let you
anime,
finish.
game-based fucking animes are garbage. Because they have the same fucking thing. Oh, the ditzy priestess. The fucking priest who fucking is a pervert. Guarantee we'll fucking bump into one of those later down the fucking road. Like, it's the same fucking plot. You know what the difference is? We'll just fucking throw in a rape scene. That's the only fuck. You want to talk about substance?
Here's the differences.
I'm
waiting until you're ready. Here's my rebuttal.
Let me say this. This is my last thing.
Here's your third or fifth point at this point.
Be civil. The fucking rape scene is the only fucking thing this show has been known for. Anybody goes out there right now and
we're gonna
goes
talk
to
about
any
that
fucking
in the next
group,
episode.
They will
that I'm not gonna comment on because we're gonna get into
Okay,
that.
no, we're gonna go and comment on that. But in terms of substance, that is the most thing it's known for.
So
which shows this show's had no substance whatsoever. But I'm gonna let you go.
Let me respond to that. So,
Okay.
Sword Art Online. You start out with a character who knows the simulation, knows what's going on, and you follow him.
Yes.
You follow the overpowered character.
Yes.
There's no introduction to the world because he already knows it. There's nothing you can't go anywhere from there. That's why Sword Art Online sucks. It's a fucking way massively overpowered character who cheats and cajoles his way to the top because he already knew all the things, doesn't help anybody, fucks everybody else over. That's it. So this show, you're starting from the beginning. You're starting at level 1 with this newbie adventurer who bites off more than she can chew, and there's consequences for that in this world.
Like that didn't happen before.
There's consequences in this world, and that's what they're showing. It's something like, and I think this is more comparable, rather than Sword Art Online, to something more like Dungeon Meshi, which is like, phenomenal by the way. It starts out, these newbie adventurers are in over their head, oh my god, one of the party gets eaten by a dragon, now we have to go through the dungeon with no gear and no, like, nothing. And we have to, like, you know, battle our way in and use our wits. It's the same kind of shit. It's an RPG. That's the point. People who like anime and people who like video games are pretty much the same. Like, the Venn diagram is pretty much just a circle. It's all the same shit.
A fucking autistic.
Sure, but they know their audience.
Yeah, I know they know their audience. And I'm sitting here, I will, if there was a group of 15-year-old socially inept boys that were like, I want to know on social media, what's a good show? Recommend the shows recommended for them. This show, overall though, did not. It tried to be edgy, and at certain points, it lost the audience.
It had one point where it was trying to be edgy, and I guarantee you that was done because of the where anime is right now.
But continue.
Continue. So, all right, we're gonna have to get into a little bit. This rape scene was done because of what anime has become. I don't think this is this director's vision because I've read the manga for Goblin-Slayer, and it's not quite as, I don't want to say fan servicey, but we'll get into this later. But
okay,
this was done because of what anime is now and who watches anime now. This is not done because it's that plot.
Yes.
So you get something, and the other thing is he doesn't steamroll everything. That's what I like. The one thing about the show that's great is they show restraint where it's needed. Like,
where it's needed?
It's
not needed. So that was a level 1 adventurer.
They have the scene where he's killing the baby goblins. They don't show it. It's not graphic. It's just, this is what he's doing, and you know that's what he's doing. They have the scene where he's fighting them. He runs in, he kills the strongest one. Then he backs out, lets the others come to him, lights them on fire. Like, there's tactics to what he's doing. If this was something like Sword Art Online, I'm telling you, he would just get his big sword out or big hammer out and just go through crushing everybody.
Guess what? Guess what, Dr. Millennium? You just wait for that for another 15 episodes. They'll show weapon upgrades.
Okay.
Oh, a big sword. Here we go. We're going to have,
They will show weapon upgrades.
Just wait
and
for
they will show armor upgrades, but here's the problem.
All that shit's going to go downhill past episode 6.
Not if they stay consistent.
That's my
not if they stay consistent with the manga.
They're not.
There's an element of strategy. And the priestess does end up, like, she gets more powerful. Clearly, you see just from episode 1 to 2, she gets a new spell. I mean, she uses it in a creative way. That's part of it.
Now, this is what I will say this. Let me just say this before you continue on your point. I personally have not read the manga, right? Now, there are times where I've watched shows and I read the manga, and, like, adaptations are complete shit.
Yes.
Like, when they try to adapt it to a TV show, it's complete shit. Now, I will sit here and say this. The manga might be phenomenal. I don't know. I haven't read the manga.
Like I said, I would put it on par with Dungeon Meshi. It's not.
But so far, based on what I'm seeing, for the way they've shown this, and you know what I might do? in the future when we review this, because we'll probably start reviewing this a little bit for Goblin Slayer for the season, maybe.
Yeah, it's getting a lot of hype and a lot of press,
so we might
we're
actually
gonna have to stick with it.
Yeah, unfortunately.
No, here's the
no. But let me just say
Go
this. So
ahead.
in the future, I will try to read the manga, and then maybe have a more like overall picture to see if it's just the manga story or is it the show that's messing it up.
I wouldn't even say that that's necessary because we're basing the show on the merits of the show. And in that sense, I'm not saying this is some phenomenal work of art. I'm just saying as far as what's out there right now and what manga is becoming and what anime is becoming, it's par for the course, average, but some of the things that they do make it a little higher than average for me. It's not... Like, there are some scenes, and we're going to discuss the big one, but there are some scenes that seem completely out of place until you really think about it, and that shouldn't be the case. But the fact that it is that RPG element, because I kind of enjoy, I tend to enjoy things like that. Berserk, I've given a bunch of examples over the course of this.
And Berserk is one of
Log
those...
Horizon, things like that, where it's like dark, gritty RPGs. I like that. I like this because it does that differently. It's not just the main character bullying his way through everything. He has to stop and strategize because death is a real consequence, and not just death, but like worse than death. Everybody you know and love getting raped and murdered. That's a pretty big state to have.
I know, but at the same time, I just feel it was randomly thrown in with a character that we just can't relate to.
Which character can't you relate to?
Goblin Slayer. I don't think...
He hates goblins and he wants to genocide them.
And it's like,
done.
That's the same bullshit that every fucking, oh my god, I want to have my vengeance on the world.
Yeah.
That's literally...
That's most animes. I don't know why you're picking this one.
No, it's not. Well, this is my thing. It's like there's a difference between most animes doing that and other animes going against the grid of that, like going in a different direction. And with Goblin Slayer, I can't relate to that character.
Okay.
I just cannot.
He's
when I see him, I just see like this character that's like comes in randomly out of nowhere after a fucking brutal massacre just fucking happened with a fucking group of first people on an adventure. And it's just, he comes in, he tries to slay and help and all that. And the priestess, there was like maybe one scene where he was trying to help her, get back on her feet after, she had the fucking arrow sticking out and shit. But it's just like, I don't know. And maybe this is the first episode. So far, I'm not impressed. Now, later down the road, maybe my mind might be changing.
I think it will. I think you're going to find that as the characters develop and we get a feel for who they are a little bit better, you're going to like it more. I'm perfectly willing to admit that my interpretation might be colored a little bit by the manga because I like I said, I didn't love it, but above average. It's better than a lot of the shit that's out there. It's better than anything that came out this season. Like anything that you're looking at that's got like 1 or 2 episodes just recently released has been garbage. Like
no, it has, honestly.
I
can't remember a time where, and usually when it comes to fall animes, fall releases are usually supposed to be the hype ones. Because at the end of the year, we're going to go into next year strong, and they'll usually end that like really strong season within March and April. Yeah. But for whatever reason, this shit here, this wasn't even...
Well, don't worry. We'll have a new Dragon Ball Heroes soon.
Oh God,
we can't even discuss episode 4.
See, at least my thing is this, and I don't know. I'm. It's hard for me to with RPGs. It's one of those tough animes where it's hard to pull off. Now, I'm not impressed with the first 2 episodes. In the future, maybe it might change my mind. I don't know how long this episode. If it's 12 episodes, 26. But as far as the CGI goes, I'm really not feeling that. I'm not really feeling it, putting it on an armor and not doing it with other characters.
Agree. The CGI is never going to be there. We don't have the technology right now to make CGI look good.
Which I'm fine with, but just take it out completely.
Yes.
Don't put it
that would be ideal.
Don't put it in one parts and then leave it out in others, because now you're just making the whole thing look really weird. So from there, make the character a little bit more related. Make it a plot. Maybe throw lore in there. I don't know.
You're going to see episode 3. That's going to be the upcoming. But we'll leave that for that.
Okay.
At the moment, Goblin Slayer has us very divided. I don't know.
I think this is the most divided we've been on a show so far.
I think it's just because I don't go full hatred on Baki.
Oh, listen, I don't think it's really full hatred on Baki. Well, first of all, you have to actually watch the shows before you hate them.
I've watched as much of it as I could stomach. I get 5-minute bursts.
It took me. I stomached the first 2 episodes,
Yeah,
no
but
matter
you
how
could.
shitty.
You were able to watch it.
Well, I mean,
it's not like you had to sit there and like force yourself to watch 5 minutes of it and think, what the fuck?
Oh,
is
I had
wrong
forced
with my
myself
life?
to watch this. After episode
What
1,
is
I was
going
like,
on?
that was me for literally 22 minutes
Well,
of the first fucking episode.
That's because you
and
were
then
too
I'm like,
busy. You had your other tab open.
well, of course, you know, when you have the other tab open with, you know, things that have like better CGI.
I guess.
Yeah, I'm just saying, you know.
We'll be back with more.
3 girls and 2 cups. Just think about that. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
You're just adding. Just roll a dice. Roll a d20.